Now, battery swapping, it is a technology that is quite unique onto Nio. You will know that as it stands right now in China, Nio has got over 3,100 battery swapping stations which they have deployed. And the good thing about this technology is that Nio is not only deploying it in China, but wherever they are selling their cars outside of China, they are also deploying this very same technology. I mean, in Europe right now, all the countries that Nio is selling their cars there is a battery swapping station. Norway and Germany are the countries that we would find most of the Nio battery swapping stations in Europe, which is something that is a very good thing. If my memory serves me well, I think in Europe, Nio already has got over 60 battery swapping stations, and the battery swapping stations that you see in Europe, they are being assembled right there in Nio's battery swapping station factory in Hungary, right? So whatever battery swapping station you see in Europe, it is being produced in Europe, which is something that is a very good thing, as though the CEO of Nio said it is quite pricey to build battery swapping stations in Europe. It is still a bit cheaper than the amount of money that Nio would have been spending when they are maybe just shipping or building their battery swapping station in China and export them into various European destinations. So this is good thing, or this is a good thing, saying that Europe already has got over 60 battery swapping stations. And the reason why I was giving you that background is that we saw the general manager of Netherland, Mr. Ruben Kuter, indicating that it costs you like 29 cents per kilowatt when you are utilizing Nio's battery swapping stations, or when you are going with your Nio to complete a battery swapping on the Nio battery swapping stations in Netherlands, which is something that is great, because with that it means that 29 cents that you pay per kilowatt it's going to give you on a 70-75 kilowatts battery, which is Nio standard battery pack, it's going to give you 590 or up to 590 kilometers. So he was telling this to some of the people that were really fascinated about the battery swapping stations in Netherlands. I mean, a single screen, you notice that people were really looking at this Nio performing a battery swap onto a Nio battery swapping station, which of course it gets them to be fascinated. Yes, the Nio cars are quite pricey in Europe because the exporting costs, the tariffs that are currently there, they are quite pricey, Nio cars, which is why they have not been selling that well, but hopefully things get better with time. And the good thing is that now Nio will also be shipping, or will also be taking their Envoy cars and also their Firefly car to Europe, and that is going to make things much better for the European Nio potential customers, because there will be a cheaper option that can still enable you to go to a Nio battery swapping station and complete a battery swap. I mean, he said you can drive now a luxury car and pay a cheaper rate when you are recharging or replenishing your power or your battery for that car, which is something that is obviously good. I mean, the battery swapping station, it is something that globally it fascinates people. Even other EV companies or new energy vehicle companies, they really want to partner with Nio, but like I said, they are scared because they don't want to be seen like they are agreeing that Nio is king when it comes to the EV space, but they won't have any choice with time. With time, they will end up coming and using Nio's battery swapping station, because we know that Nio, when it comes to battery replenishment, they are king, and they are going to remain king, I think, forever and ever. Right? I mean, those that subscribe to BAS, they now can go and complete a battery swap in 3 minutes. That is on the 4th generation battery swapping stations. And here's the thing about some of the people, they don't see the potential, or they still can't see the potential that lies within Nio's battery swapping station. I mean, this infrastructure in China, or this battery swapping station in China, last year around this time, we were talking about Nio completing around 60,000 swaps per day, right? But right now, that 60,000 per day has now transformed, or is now somewhere between 90 to 100,000 per day. So the more Nio sell their cars, the more they deploy this technology, is the more swaps per day that we'll get to see Nio completing, which is something that is great, something that is very, very exciting. And this, we know that it is going to be the biggest thing for Nio. I mean, if we had to really calculate the amount of money that Nio is generating for swap services and battery rentals, it's a quite significant amount, which is why you have been seeing the non-car sales or non-vehicle sales revenues that Nio generates every quarter continuing to increase, because the more they sell cars is the more people subscribe to bus, and the more people subscribe to bus, the more there will be battery rentals that Nio and Envoy users pay on a month-to-month, over and above the service fees that some of the Nio owners, Envoy owners are paying, which this is good news, and it's one thing that is going to lead into the non-EV sales or the non-car sales revenue that Nio generates each and every quarter to go to over $1 billion very, very soon. In fact, I think by Q4 of this year, this non-EV sales or non-car sales revenue that Nio generates, it's going to go over $1 billion by just the battery services, by just this, excluding the total revenues that they generate by selling cars. Which, when you think about that, I think you and me can agree that we need to brace ourselves for what's coming. Blue sky, it is coming onto Nio. And those people that are still hesitant, that are still in denial of the potential, the capabilities of these Nio battery swapping stations, they better brace themselves for what's coming, because we are going to burn the short sellers. We are going to create a short squeeze. The more Nio reports good news onto their battery swapping, is the more battery swapping stations are going to be recognized globally, which is something that makes us see that when you talk about battery swapping technology, you cannot develop standards. You cannot want to build battery swapping stations and not invite Nio, because Nio is king. When you talk about this technology, Nio, it is the one that is doing the most, which is why it is important that even if the other EV companies are to want to start this business, are to want to obviously deploy their own battery swapping station, it will be quite complex. It won't be simple at all, because Nio has been doing the great job, and they've been deploying this technology since the year 2018, which means that they know the ins and outs, what it's all about. And like I said yesterday, this is what will make it very difficult for the other EV companies to catch up to where Nio is at, because almost all, if not all, Nio cars that have been sold since 2018 do support battery swapping, right? Which I think this is what makes a huge difference. All the other car companies, remember, they have produced quite a number of cars, they have sold quite a number of cars, and the chassis of some of their cars are different. Because of that, it will be difficult or complex for them to make battery swapping technology like that which Nio has, because all the Nio cars that Nio sell support battery swapping. But chances are, if a company like Tesla is to build or make battery swapping station technology, not all will be able to complete a battery swap, because the chassis, chances are very high that are different. And because of this, because of the fact that chassis are different, it's not going to be easy for Tesla or for other companies to crack the code to make their previous customers to be able to go and complete a battery swap. Which this is what makes Nio to be special. This is what makes Nio to be the long-term winner. So yeah, man, I thought I'd give you this quick update, what is happening or what we saw happening in Netherlands. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming. Those that are persevering will most definitely be rewarded with time. That's all from me. I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.